It's an annual event dating back to the time of the Great American Frontier, one of the world's largest outdoor rodeo arenas. Original wooden covered grandstands. The fun, the crowd, the ride.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 97th edition of Nebraska's Big Rodeo here at Burwell.
Across the decades of tradition, Burwell's reputation extends beyond its place as the largest rodeo in Nebraska.
The thing that makes this rodeo really special and guys want to come here is that when in your travel and if you're in this business, you hear about Burwell, you know, and when you pull up here, I mean, you look at this arena and it just kind of looks like the way things used to be. This is cowboy country. It really, really means something here.
Are you ready for this, folks? Capacity crowd tonight in Burwell. Who? Shotgun start, and there we go. Who off to the races here? Who's going to take it? Peggy's got the binoculars over here because I don't know.
Our town's based on the Western tradition, and this is it. When you think of Burwell, you think of Nebraska's Big Rodeo.
Every year, generations of rodeo fans and cowboys have marked their calendars to share in this rare piece of Western tradition. And for some of them, a lifetime of memories.
It's special to me because I always wanted to be a cowboy, and that was about the only rodeo there was in this area at that time. Them cowboys is my heroes. I've seen probably every world champion that's been for 50 years has been in this arena.
All right, we as a stock contractor, we like to provide entertainment for the fans, along with turning out good horses and bulls with high point rides, and also bucking a few guys off to make it entertaining because everybody likes to see a good wreck.
Over 500 contestants from all over the world, and I say that 25 states, 77 national finals, 17 world champions. It's under the banner and sanction of the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association.
You know, when you nod your head in the bucking chutes and you're on a bull or a bareback horse, and I used to ride bareback horses when I was a steer wrestler. Again, you're in a zone, but it's just more effort, more try, more guts than you're gonna see in anybody. You know, and there's a mutual respect because, you know, you're gonna try 110%, but you know that animal, it's not his first time, and he's gonna try 110%. So it's man against beast, and you just gotta do your job and beat him doing his job that day. But man, the rush and then the crowd's going, and if everything works out right for you, you know, the crowd screaming and hollering, and you know that the judges like what you just did, and you know right there is possibly a paycheck that's gonna kind of propel you to the next level and get you some points to go to the NFR. No better feeling in the world, man. But on the other hand, in the agony of defeat, you look at that animal and you tip your hat to him and say, you know what, another day, another time, I will be back. It's no quit on a cowboy.
Charge the front! Charge!
Nestled on the eastern edge of the sandhills of central Nebraska, in a town of just over 1,000 people, these spectators and participants are welcomed by a ready community, eager to do their part, knowing that they will host tens of thousands of people throughout the weekend. This rodeo is held on the original 40 acres of grounds and facilities, which is listed with the National Registry of Historic Places.
This is such a great community event because it takes so many people in the community to put it on. There are a lot of volunteers that put in a lot of hard time and a lot of extra work into getting this rodeo ready.
We probably have over 150 just helping put the rodeo on. That's not counting the car parkers, that's not counting the food vendors.
The hard work of these volunteers, along with great community support, helps make Nebraska's Big Rodeo one of the most unique and entertaining rodeos in the country.
Here on a Saturday afternoon. Here goes down with good job. Hang on,
Having traveled across the country going to other rodeos, I'll have to say in all honesty, with complete unbiased that this is one of the most entertaining rodeos in the whole entire country, because you have not only this huge arena with all of the rodeo events going on in a pasture-like atmosphere for the contestants, but you have something going on all the time in the track, whether it's some type of a dinner bell derby, wild horse race, and all the action is right there, right where the audience can see it, and it truly is a form of entertainment besides just a rodeo.
Let's do it. Watch the passes coming around in the sharp dressed man. Oh!
From volunteers to fans, from board members to contestants, this rodeo has been cherished and passed down from generation to generation.
I think it's really important that we continue to encourage future generations to be a part of rodeo because, one, there is a historical aspect to it. This is how past generations gathered their cattle, doctored their cattle. This is how they fed the country. And as our country progresses to using more equipment, faster, bigger, better, that's what we're going for. Rodeo needs to continue to match that. And so now rodeo is almost a production. There's music, there's lights, there's video, there's everything like that. So if we continue to use our future generations' talents and interests, we can continue to grow rodeo to last for another 100 years.
The 4-night professional rodeo is just one of the events held during this weekend. Locals and visitors find additional entertainment at the parade, the Kids Rodeo, the Garfield County Fair, and at businesses throughout Burwell.
You start with the board members and their spouses, and it feathers out, and everybody in town helps, everybody. And if you go down the streets of Burwell, there's not one person you're going to talk to that is not doing something for this event to happen. They're either opening their doors and having someone stay with them, or they're down here working and making the event run smooth.
Of course, living in a smaller town, the economic benefits of having a huge PRCA rodeo like Nebraska's Big Rodeo triples and quadruples the amount of foot traffic that we have coming into the community to do business. And so not only is it beneficial to a Western store, which is a natural fit, but it's beneficial to all the hotels, the gas stations, the restaurants. So having an event like this in a town of just 1,200 is very vital to keep us going for at least a good half of the year.
Although the community depends on this event, economic prosperity is just a byproduct of something much more valuable.
My favorite part about the Burwell Rodeo, now that I've had the opportunity to travel across the state, across the country as a representative, is just coming back to a community that truly loves the sport of rodeo. Everywhere you go, the town is advertising the rodeo. Many people take off, they have signs on the windows, and I just love that Burwell brings back the historical factor and stays true to our Western way of life.
I remember the first time I came here, I thought I was lost. You know, the sign said about 675 population. My paperwork said there'll be 30,000 people through here in 5 days. But man, it's so what I call Americano. It's people that care about their kids, care about their neighbors, and care about their crops and their equipment and just making a living. I mean, really good blue collar, roll your sleeves up, do what you have to do that day, and say what you mean what you say kind of people.
In a modern world of technology and fast-paced living, Burwell brings us back to a time where things are simple again, for at least 1 week out of each year.
I think the world needs more cowboys because the ideal of the cowboy is what we should uphold. That's why rodeos continue. The working hard, doing your best, and not always coming out on top. It's okay not to be the winner every single time, and that's what rodeo celebrates. The dedication, the hard work, the perseverance, those are all things we all need to carry and instill in our future generations. It's just like my grandparents and my parents that talked about the John Waynes. We don't need John Waynes, we need cowboys. We need the ideals of the historic cowboy that we've remembered. So I think we need to continue to push that in the future as we grow.
Nebraska's Big Rodeo is an unmatched experience for rodeo fans. And after nearly a century of rodeo action, there are no plans of slowing down. Will you be there for the next ride?